What's up, Raider Nation? It's a beautiful Monday, because guess what? We're 9-2, first winning season since 2002, and I'm so excited. It was a hell of a game, We were banging the Panthers, and then somehow we let them go. We let them get back in the game. I'll get to that later in the video. But guess what? Right now, I'm so amped. I'm so excited. Matter of fact, Super Bowl, let's go. On to this shit, let's go. Let's go. Now they got that out of my system. Let's get to the analysis. Hell of a game. I was actually shocked, I'm not going to lie. When we were leading and controlling the game in the first half, I was like, didn't expect that to happen. I thought it was going to be a little touch and go. And in the third and fourth quarter, we pull away. But that wasn't the case. We were controlling the game. The defense was shutting down Cam Newton. And I thought a big issue with us and our defense would be controlling Cam Newton, especially when he gets out the pocket. Bruce Irvin, Khalil Mack, got consistent pressure on Superman. Dab on him. He wasn't dabbing. We were shutting him down. I know James Stewart had a huge game. Yeah, but we kept it. We kept Kelvin Benjamin in control. We kept, for the most part, Greg Olsen in control in the first half, and we kept Ted Ginn in control in the first half. So I was like, oh, we arrived. We arrived defensively. And then, in the third quarter, Derrick Carr, pinky, dislocated. I was like, ooh. And the funny thing about what happened, because I wasn't able to watch the game at home because where I am, the game wasn't on local television, so we had to watch. I think it was the Seahawks in Tampa Bay. But I was looking down. I was at a bar, eating my food, looking down. And I look up. All of a sudden, I see Matt McGloin. I'm like, why is he throwing the ball? He must want to get some extra reps. I guess he didn't get enough reps in warm-ups. I'm like, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, whatever. And I see him I see him run to the field. I'm like, what the hell? And then I see the replay, and I was like, oh no. And I see his finger, and I was like, oh God, no, not Derek Carr, not the MVP, not the engine of this team. No. Matt McGloin, he's a Michael Jordan of preseason. I was like, oh, here we go. I was not happy. Even though I'm a fan of Matt McGloin, wasn't happy to see him on the center. They go 3 and out, and I was like, okay. There was no audio, so I didn't know what was wrong with Derek Carr. So I'm like, oh well, this is gonna be a little aggressive here. And I know some Raider fans were thinking back to when Jason Campbell, when we were 7-4, and we had Denarius Moore when he was playing well. We had Johnny Lee Higgins, I believe, was on the team. We had Darren McFadden going to work. He was living up to his potential. And all of a sudden, collarbone, Jason Campbell, out. And that's when we traded for Carson Palmer and all the other stuff. Anyway, I know some people in the Raider Nation were thinking like that. Like, man, our season's down the hole. And I sat there and I was like, wow, this is it. Wow, I can't believe it. And a lot of people thought, okay, the Raider defense gave up 25 straight points in the second half. And I was like, I don't really think it was like a defensive thing, like in terms of scheme wise. I think the air out of the team was just punched out of their gut when Derrick Carr went out and he had to go to the locker room. I just think at that point the Carolina Panthers seized the momentum and they said, you know what? They lost their leader. Let's go for the throat. And that's what happened. I thought the defense came out flat. Carolina got huge chunk plays, and I was like, And they had all the momentum. And anybody who's ever played sports, because I played hockey, anybody who's ever played sports, when you have the momentum, it's very hard to take it back. So I understand why the defense gave up 25 points, because when you lose your quarterback in the middle of the game, it's hard. It's really hard. And Derrick Carr really, he proved in this game alone, he proved that he is the show. Like he is the Raiders right now. I know Khalil Mack's a great player, but it's Derrick Carr. He is a shield as of now, because man, you can see it on the sidelines. You can see it in the coach's eyes. Captain Jack, he was like, what are we gonna do here? I believe in my team, but what are we gonna do here? So that's why I believe the defense kind of collapsed in the second half. But man, when Derrick Carr came out with the glove, you saw in his eyes, he was ready to go. He was ready to make plays for his team. And I was like, oh yeah, we got Derrick Carr back. And I was watching, I was cheering. I was like, yeah, we're back. Even though we were down to the Carolina Panthers, I was like, as long as we got Derrick Carr, we got a chance. And Derrick Carr came back, and he had a couple nice throws, and then he threw a pick. I thought he forced it, but Derrick Carr is always going to have those plays where he tries to force something, and it leads to a bad pass or it leads into an interception. Thomas Davis, great linebacker, took it. They scored off of that, and I was like, But I wasn't nervous. I really wasn't nervous, because I saw Derrick Carr's eyes when he went to the sideline. And he said, with his eyes, he was like, I know I messed up, but we won't lose. You saw it all in his eyes. He had the eye of the tiger. He was like, yeah, we're good. And the team rallied around him, and he came back, and guess what? He's throwing darts. Came back, let us down, got us a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and he got us a field goal. In terms of the one of the possessions in red zone, I wasn't a fan of the play calling, but you know what? You can't have a play call right all the time. I get that, but for Derrick Carr to come back with a glove, because he's never played with a glove, even at Fresno. He's never played in college. I don't know about high school. I don't know about Pop Warner or whatever. But as long as I've been watching him, he's never had a glove. And for him to come back and still throw darts, because that pass to Crabtree, both passes, one down the center of the field and the one down at the on the sideline, those were darts and those were accurate passes. So I was impressed. I was impressed with his toughness. I was impressed with how he came back and led his team he willed his team to come back. And I give him full marks for that. Full marks. Gotta give him credit for that. Gotta give credit to the O-line, because outside of the I believe Derrick Carr got sacked once, I'm not sure. He really didn't have a lot of pressure, so he was able to scan the field. Give credit to Clive Walford, who's coming along, and I know Bill Musgrave said earlier in the year that he's coming back. He's still trying to find himself, coming back from that knee injury, from that, I believe, the ATV accident in the off season. If he can continue to progress, because that catch in the end zone to Clive Walford was amazing. He can be special if he continues to be healthy and he continues to progress. Seth Roberts, man's clutch. Love the touchdown. Love the tough catches that he gets. Special. Michael Crabtree had a great game at the end of the game. It's not how you start the game, it's how you end the game. Because most of his yardage, I believe he had over 100 yards of receiving, it was at the end of the game. And that's when you want your best players to show up. Michael Crabtree did that. Amari Cooper had an okay game, but all in all, the offense was cool. It was smooth. It wasn't spectacular, but we were able to impose our will on the Carolina defense for most of the game, especially when Derrick Carr came back. So, kudos to that. Now for the defense, I know most people think I'm going to give the defense a pass because I say, you know what, the air out of the team got punched out when Derrick Carr went out. I get that. I understand your criticism if you think I'm giving them a pass, but this is how it is. When you lose your best player and use your face of the franchise, that's going to happen. So I thought the defense played well for most of the game, especially the first half, shutting down Cam Newton. But what's really impressive about the defense is that when the Carolina Panthers had all the momentum, and when Derek Carr came back and he let him down on a couple of scoring drives, the defense was able to pick it up and stop them in crucial points. They had one where they had a 3-and-out. They stopped him. Derek Carr in the offense went in to score. Huge stop for the defense. Huge stop for the defense because Carolina on offense had the momentum. Khalil Mack, Bruce Irvin, I said it in the beginning of the video, they had a great game. They got consistent pressure. They murdered that offensive line of Carolina. And Khalil Mack, I mean, what do you want? I mean, he had a sack. He had an interception. He had a fumble. He had a fumble recovery. He had a touchdown. And that touchdown was reminiscent when he was in Buffalo and he played against Ohio State. And he sat there and picked off, I think it was Braxton Miller was the quarterback at the time, and took it back to the house. Khalil Mack, he's surging. He got off to a slow start early in the year, but right now he's in the zone and he's making plays. So all he's got to do is keep it up. And on a side note, can you imagine if they reinstate Alvin Smith? Can you imagine when we get back Mario Edwards Jr.? All of a sudden, quarterbacks don't have any time to drop back, and all of a sudden we can kind of mask our issue with our corners, because that was a real weakness of our team. I know we didn't have David Amerson, DJ Hayden didn't finish the game, Sean Smith. I've been defending Sean Smith for a very long time, but man, this man is maddening because he should have had an interception in the first half. Should have been picked. And then the touchdown to Kelvin Benjamin in the I believe it was the fourth quarter. He was in great position. All he had to do was just knock the ball away. It might have been maybe a great pass that beats good defense, but man, Sean Smith, you gotta be that. You gotta be that guy to make some plays here and there. You gotta be that guy. So Sean Smith, a lot of people say he had a bad game. I will say personally he had an up and down game, but that's just me. Also, Carl Joseph, I thought he was steady. I thought he was he played his angles right. Reggie Nelson, I thought he played a good game. And Corey James, because we didn't have Perry Riley. I thought Corey James filled in nicely for Perry Riley. So the defense, we had a lot of missing pieces, and they were still able to get the job done when it mattered most. And that's what you want in your defense. When the game is on the line, can you make a play defensively? And that's why I'm not I'm not down on the defense like everybody else is, especially in the media, because I see us making incremental changes or incremental improvement. So I'm happy with the defense. Would I like more consistent play out of our cornerbacks, because I know TJ Carey got burned by Ted Ginn, but all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy with the defense. Hopefully when we get more players back, Hopefully we can make that. Whew, that we can continue that upward trend. But the defense makes plays when it has to make plays, and that's what you want, like I just said. So for me, keep doing what you're doing, defense. We're there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We keep getting better every week, and God forbid if we get on par with the offense of our team. Whoo, whoo, whoo. I shudder to think. But anyway, it was a great game. Derrick Carr showed he's a heart of the team. He showed he's the face of the team, and he showed toughness, and he had that killer instinct. I know. I think it was Khalil Mack who said he had that Mamba mentality. And I remember when he threw that interception to Thomas Davis, he had the look in his eye. He was like, "I know I messed up. I know I messed up, but I'm gonna come back, and I'm going to lead us to a victory." And that's what you want out of your quarterback. That's what you want. So I'm excited. We're 9-2. We're second in the AFC behind the Patriots because they had an in-division victory against the Jets. But I like where we are. We have a chance to do something special. This team is special, and man, I love watching this team, and I love how resilient we are. Fifth comeback for Derrick Carr. Fifth comeback for this team. Everybody showed up when it mattered most. So I got nothing but full marks for everybody on this team. Coaching staff, special teams, offense, defense. I'll give you full marks because this is a game you could have easily lost, especially when Derek Carr came out and the offense could have been out of sync, especially with the pinky injury dislocated. I believe it was dislocated. This could have been a game that was easily lost, but no, we won. So that's where I give the full marks. To take a victory from a team that should have won, but we didn't let them win. And on a quick side note before I end the video, how is it that we are the first team to get a roughing the passer penalty on Cam Newton? I mean, come on. Can we catch a break? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, great team win. I was hoping for a Denver loss or a Denver tie between KC and Denver. It was a crazy game. But we're still ahead in the division. We still have a chance to do something special. And keep going, Raiders. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of the game. Do you think the defense is improving? Or do you think the defense is just being lucky? Let me know. Because I think the defense is actually making improvements. Leave comments. As always, thank you for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. 9-2, 9-2, 9-2. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Super Bowl.